I know I told y'all at 5 o'clock, but I'm early. hmm It's better early than late. hmm Well, I'm new to this, so I don't know if I'm live right now. I don't know. Maybe when I start seeing people coming in over here, maybe I'll be able to tell whether or not I'm live or not. hmm Hey, y'all. Hey, everybody. Hey, I see some hearts over there, so I guess I am on the live. So yeah, if y'all new to my channel, can y'all like and subscribe? If y'all new to the channel, I'm new to the channel. Hey, I'm new to the channel. It's my first time coming on here. Going live on YouTube. So I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Can y'all like, comment, and subscribe? So anyway, y'all, I came on here because I want to talk about a lot of family drama. And the reason why I want to talk about a lot of family drama is because a lot of us have a lot of drama going on in our family. And a lot of people have the tendency to make it like they have the perfect family. They don't be going through stuff in their family. But if you have a family, quite natural, we have family members that have good, good, and bad. We all have stuff that happened in our family that we not, proud of. See what I'm saying? And so a lot of people that's like, that be listening to me and be following me, they know like a lot of stuff that then went on with me and my kids and my family and stuff like that. But what I want y'all to know, regardless of what people go through in life with their family, sometimes it be a facade. A lot of y'all be on the outside looking in, but at the end of the day, y'all got to realize that we still are family. No matter what happened, no matter what we might go through, you might have a family member where, a sister or brother, siblings or whatever, they're not talking, you know what I'm saying? Or they're not speaking to one another. But at the end of the day, just remember, we still are family. Like you could have sisters and brothers and cousins and all that. They be outside. I mean, outside and be around a whole bunch of other people and stuff like that. But they'll put up a facade like they ain't talking or they, around their friends because they might have had a little talk around their friends or tell their friends or somebody that they mad with their mom or they mad with their daddy or they don't mess with this one and they don't mess with that one. But in reality, they really do. You know what I'm saying? So the best thing y'all could do as people on the outside looking in, when it come down to certain family problems, just stay out of family business. Got to be more careful. Right string, wrong yo-yo. Y'all got to stay out of family business. Because at the end of the day, like a lot of people put up a facade and make the public, make people on the outside believe that they don't have no dealings with their family. They don't deal with their family. They don't mess with their family. But behind closed doors, that's a whole nother situation. I ain't the first and I ain't the last that then had stuff that happened in the family. It's a lot of people going through stuff with their family. I came inside today and my neighbor literally was, I wasn't trying to be nosy, but he was talking loud. And for what I can understand, he was talking about what he going through with his daughters and stuff like that. And all like I said, in my mind, is like, damn, you too. I didn't say that to him because I was trying to mind my business, even though he was talking loud. I was like, wow, y'all, it's a lot of people going through stuff with their kids. It's a lot of people going through stuff with their family. It's a lot of people going through stuff with the in-laws, the mother-in-laws, the son-in-laws, the daughter-in-law. It's a lot of people going through trauma, not trauma, drama, going through drama with their family members. And it's so sad, but it is what it is. It's called life. If you live in a world and you got people thinking you living a perfect life or you ain't got nothing going on, in your life, like, man, you madly mistaken if you think I'm going to believe that Y'all don't have nothing going on in y'all family. Yeah, right. Got to be more careful. Right strain, wrong yo-yo. So y'all, I only see two people over here. So I don't even know how to really work this. So I don't know how many people is on the live. And I see Tammy and Jacqueline. Thank you, Tammy and Jacqueline, for being on my channel. I'm new to this. As I go live, and then I get more familiar, and then I'll be able to start doing stuff like other people do. It's not like I have nobody on hands right here helping me, showing me how to do certain things. I'm going along to get along. I'm learning how to do stuff on my own. So whatever I don't know, and I'm gonna try and find out through somebody. Yo, you know what, yo? It's like um, people. Let me tell you about people. People will stay out their mouth. Oh, I'll help you if you need any help. Just let me know and this and that. And when it's time for them to present themselves to help you, they ain't nowhere to be found. Gots to be more careful. Gots to be more careful. But I thank God that I'm not a quitter, and I've been praying for this for the longest, where I can have my own YouTube channel, because I want to make a difference in somebody's life. I want to make a difference in some young girl life or some young boy life. Thank y'all for tuning in. I want to make a difference. Right, sooner or later, Jacqueline. I am. Thank you for that. I want to make a difference in somebody's life, even if I just make a difference in one person's life. See what I'm saying? And I got another topic I want to talk about tomorrow. I just want to talk about tomorrow. I want to talk about being rejected and how people treat you because of certain situations. I want to talk about that tomorrow. But today, I want to talk about how family. How family. Let me say this. Or they say blood is family. But to be honest, the world that we live in, seem like to me you get more love from strangers than you get from people that's your family, your blood family. And it's just sad to say that at the end of the day, if you say you my family and you got love for me and all this, why you can't show me the love that I'm not even a person that's asking you for nothing? Why you just can't show me that love, the same love that I extend to y'all? Why y'all can't extend that same love to me? And it's just sad if you're not doing nothing for people or you're not beneficial to them. At the end of the day, it's like, well, you know what I'm saying? And then your own relatives and people that you love be more jealous of you than the people on the outside. And it's just so sad. It's sad. And everybody got their flaws and everybody got their stuff that they deal with in their families. But they got the people that's out here putting up a facade, making believe that them and their family get along, and they don't. Yo, I know so many family members that don't get along. And when I see them, I be like, oh, wow, really? Y'all got the world thinking that it's all good and y'all get along. But somebody that been in y'all family, that been around y'all, it's a lot of things that I could talk about in a lot of different people family. You know what I'm saying? But that's not my story. That's their story. You know what I'm saying? But like I'm willing to share my story with the world, willing to be transparent and keep it real. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people not built like that. A lot of people gonna go to their grave because at the end of the day, it's so much stuff just that they holding inside, and it's so much stuff that's built up to they scared to let certain stuff out because they know people gonna judge them. And they ain't lying, they is gonna judge them. But when you living in the world, you gotta man up. I'm gonna say that. Everything I went through in my life, I thank God that He gave me the strength to endure. Because everybody not built for this world. Everybody, only the strong survive. And long as you live, you're gonna go through some stuff. Right? So faith. You're gonna go through some stuff in life. You know what I'm saying? And I do know, like, on this YouTube channel, they do have people like Pickaboos over here too. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. If they follow me, they listening. And that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? So if they follow me, even if they even if they are Pickaboos, they still want to hear what I'm talking about. I must be saying something because they still, even if they Pickaboos, they on here. So I must be saying something they're interested in listening to. That part right there. That part right there. So if you're going through something and your family, Don't feel like the Lone Ranger. You're not by yourself. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if you're the type of person where you feel the need that you don't want to talk about it with nobody, talk about it with the man upstairs, Jehovah. Because that guess what he said? I'll never leave you nor the forsaking you. How about that? He said, I'll never leave it you. And he said, my grace and my mercy are sufficient enough for you. So at the end of the day, don't feel guilty or feel bad about nothing you did in life. If you repent, turn away from your wicked ways, and ask God to forgive you for your sins. All us have sinned and fell short. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody perfect on this earth. Nobody. But yeah, we got people that paint a picture and portray to be like they so holier than thou and they so perfect and all that kind of stuff. There, nobody is perfect, and everybody got stuff going on in their family. And people be like, "Oh well, she always talking about our children, and she always talk about this." Yeah, I talk about my children, but at the end of the day, I don't uphold my children in their wrongdoing. What about you? Mm-hmm. I'm a wait. What about you? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Or is you one of the parents that be like, oh, not my child, not my son, not my daughter? Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Because at the end of the day, when your children become young adults, they got to carry their own cross. How about that? You cannot carry your kids' cross. When it's time for them to expire on this earth, you won't be with them and they won't be with you. We all got to carry our own cross. All you could do is teach them and tell them so they won't go astray. But that don't mean they won't go astray. But all you could do is talk to them. That don't like I'm gonna say this. I had I had people to talk to me when I was a young girl, but I wasn't as bad as people try to portray me to be. But like the day that I got the day that I got I don't know if you can say certain things, but the day that I got it in my body, right? I don't know if you can say that word, so I ain't gonna say it. But the day that that happened to me, I remember playing this day. I was at my grandmother's house. I went to my grandmother's house. I had got dressed real pretty and stuff like that. Second line was our life. Like when if we didn't do nothing else, we was waiting for a second line every Sunday. And second lines was tradition. Today is totally different. They just want to pick the queen and the king who got the most money. It's all for a front right now. You know what I'm saying? But when I was coming up, to the people that don't know, that's from around the world or whoever might watch this, a second line is when a group of people, it's like culture for the people that don't know about what we do in New Orleans. It's like a culture, like everybody get together, and they dress alike, you know what I'm saying? And then, they got the brass band and they playing the music and we dancing in the street and stuff like that, and we always look forward to a second line. It's called a second line. And I got shot after a second line. But a lot of people don't realize that the second line was always like, if you was in the second line for so many years, they had to like raise money and vote, whether or not they allow you to be the queen or the king. But now things are totally different. People then took it and they changed it and doing it the way they want to do it. So from what I can understand, if you got money and 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 you let it be known that you can be the queen or you could be the king. I mean, they just letting people be the queen or the king because it's all for a show. You know what I'm saying? When at the end of the day, I'm gonna say this: to be a queen or a king, you don't have to spend millions of dollars or thousands of dollars to be a queen or a king. Because I ain't gonna lie, not bragging. Like I love to dress, and I can put on a beautiful dress or pick out a design a beautiful dress. And I tell you, it won't cost me thousands of dollars and I'll look like a queen. See what I'm saying? But now it's all about how much you paid for the dress, how much you paid for the crown, how much you paid for this and this and that. You know what I'm saying? Now they spending money like $20,000 and $30,000 for one day, when I could look like $1,000,000 and they ain't spent 20, 30, $40,000. See what I'm saying? But now the second line groups, like not all of them, I'm not speaking for all of them, but the majority, everybody is in competition. And then I said, I'm gonna say this. I said eventually that's gonna have to change because everybody don't have money like that. That's gonna have to change. They're gonna have to go back to the traditional way of king and queen because they're running out of people with money. I'm just saying. And they got a lot of people, smart people, like, you know what? I'm not wasting my money like that. Hey, Trail, thank you. They got people that's like, I'm not wasting my money like that just for one day. But I remember when I was second line, I our group was called the Money Wasters. It was my mom and her friends and stuff like that. Because I used to second line when I was a young girl, you know, and it was called the Money Waster. And I didn't understand when I was a young girl why it was the Money Waster. But if you look at it, you really was wasting money because not really. I'm gonna say not really wasting money, but that's what it was like. You really like wasting money because but that just was the title, the name, right? But we would wear like uh $300-400 shoes back then, and we would get our suits made and stuff like that, and it didn't cost a whole lot of money because they would have suppers, they would have dances, they would have party, they would raise money. See what I'm saying? But now today it's just out of hand. It's just out of hand. But that's their business. I'm not a part of the Social and Pleasure Club. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I used to parade when I was a young girl, and with my mom and her friends and all them kind, other people and stuff like that. But the things that I've been seeing lately, that's not the traditional way. But and then I also was a baby doll. And once I realized what a baby doll was consist of, um, I no longer wanted to be a baby doll. It was times I still wanted to be a part of it, but when I thought about it, and it had something to do with slavery and women turning, having having intercourse and all that with the slaves and all that kind of stuff there. Once I read up on it, then I was like, oh wow. So I was around here second line and thinking I'm looking cute, and I'm out here dressed as a slut. But back then, that was before my time. So y'all look into what a baby doll is consist of and where that came from, the baby dolls. So when you don't do when you don't educate yourself on a lot of stuff, you can wind up being lost. See what I'm saying? A lot of stuff going on that a lot of y'all don't know. Some of y'all still too young to know, but do your homework. And if you got a parent that's real and gonna keep it real, or grandma or auntie, somebody that's gonna keep it real, ask them questions about certain things, certain organizations, certain stuff that's going on. You know what I'm saying? If you got family that you are close to and they know about a lot of stuff and they don't tell you, that's because they have family secrets. That's why I say a lot of family drama, a lot of stuff start from your mama, your papa, your auntie, your uncle. Because somebody on here probably question themselves and say to themselves, why I'm like I am, why I'm going through what I'm going through, why this happened to me. It had nothing to do with you. I'm going to say that. It has nothing to do with you. Your life was already predestined. Stuff already happened before the end of time. Some of this stuff that went on decades ago, ancestors and all these people that did stuff. And the Bible says your sins could fall on your children. So some stuff that happened to a lot of us had nothing to do with us. Nothing to do with us. So if you out there living foul, your mother, your father, you living foul, your sins don't necessarily have to fall back on you. It could fall on what you really love or who you really love. And you be wondering, well, why this happened to my granddaughter? Why this happened to my grandson? Why this happened to this one and this and that? Because at the end of the day, it's something you did. But people on the outside looking in, and they always want to question God and say, Lord, why this happened to me, when you already know why it happened to you. See what I'm saying? A lot of y'all be lying to a lot of y'all children. Y'all lie to y'all grandchildren. Y'all lie to y'all sons. Y'all lie to y'all daughters. When all y'all have to do is just be real. Just be real with them. Just be real and tell them you was sleeping with somebody's husband. Just be real and say you was sleeping with somebody's wife. Just be real with them and stop, like y'all throw the rock and hide your hand. But at the end of the day, when your daughter or your son find out the truth, now they want answers. I'm just saying, they want answers. It's a lot of hidden agendas. A lot. It's a lot of stuff that's going on in families that they're not telling nobody. They got family secrets. They got a lot of people that went to their grave with a lot of stuff. They got a lot of children that sisters and brothers that don't even know their sisters and brothers. Y'all need me to say that again for the people in the back? They got a lot of family members. I'd be so glad when I gain weight so my face could get fat. I swear to God, I do not like this in my face. That's because I lost weight. So I need to eat more. But anyway, I just needed to say that. But anyway, y'all, it's a lot of stuff that goes on in a lot of families. So don't ever feel like you're alone. Don't ever. I know somebody probably on here feel like you ain't got nobody. Yeah, like and subscribe. Thank y'all. I know you feel like you ain't got nobody. And I ain't gonna lie to you, to be honest, I never thought that I feel that way. And I felt that way a lot of times. I was like, well, and it was a couple of times where I really, really wanted to question God. It was like, you know what? This the life that you gave me. I didn't ask for this life. So why is it so much that I've been through in my life? You know what I'm saying? Because when I was a young girl, I only did the things that I felt that I didn't have to do the things that I did. I did it because that's what I wanted to do. See what I'm saying? And I just feel like it's a lot of stuff that, like our mama, our daddy, our grandma, our grandpa, our family, a lot of stuff that happened in the family that didn't sweep under the rug that you don't understand and you don't know why it happened and why stuff going on in the family. You know what I'm saying? Just like I be telling a lot of people, like, whenever somebody get pregnant in your family, or say like if they got 2 or 3 people pregnant in the family, whenever somebody's pregnant in the family, you can believe me. Just believe me. Somebody's gonna pass away. Somebody's coming and somebody's going. That's in every family. Whenever somebody's pregnant, whenever new kids start coming in the family, back to back, and you wonder, well, damn, we lost this one, we lost that one, we lost this one. That's how it happens. It's called life. That's how it happens. So don't feel no kind of way when stuff happens, because like people be saying, they be coming in threes. But if you look back, somebody done had a baby, and it just don't be on one side of the family. It could be on his side of the family, or it can be on her side of the family. But I bet you bottom dollar, if people is pregnant in the family, some people gonna leave this earth. Because whenever people coming, people leaving. The new little people coming, and the older people leaving. How about that? And you know what I always do, y'all? I always pray and I ask God not to allow my sins to fall upon my children. I always did ask that. When I learned about the word, when I draw closer to Job, I always ask him not to allow my sins and the things that I did fall upon my children. I always did. Because I know karma, a lot of stuff that I did, it came back on me. So if I didn't want him, if I asked him not to allow it to go on my children, I had to get it back. And I'm strong enough to deal with it. And I take my L. See what I'm saying? So either you going to man up and take your L, take your lick, or it's going to hit somebody that you really love. Make a choice. So if you know you out there, you living foul and you doing some stuff that you shouldn't be doing, even though you repent, at the end of the day, you got to ask him not to allow your sins to fall on your children or your children's children. Because some people be trying to figure out why stuff happens to people that ain't. I didn't heard somebody say, I ain't never did nobody nothing in my life. And it's a possibility it could be true. They never did, never raised their verse and none of that. But it has nothing to do with them. Nothing to do with them. If you just look at life the way it is, like stuff happened to people, and some people still grieving because they still don't have the answer, and they should still in their mind trying to figure out what they did, what I did to deserve this. I ain't never did nobody nothing. Yeah, nothing to do with you. I know it sounds a little hard, but it is what it is. It have nothing to do with you. Stuff that I went through in my life, a lot of stuff didn't have nothing to do with me. I can tell you the stuff that has something to do with me. That's why I title my book "For No One But Self," because I don't point the finger. Oh, he did this, she did this, he did that. I take accountability for the things that I did. You know, when you're a strong person, when you could take accountability and accept the fact that you know you was out there living foul and doing some shit, and it caught up with you. So I was out there sinning, doing stuff. But the stuff that happened to me is not the stuff I was doing. See what I'm saying? But sin is sin. It ain't no big sin and ain't no small sin. If you out there sinning, don't be like, oh, it was just a little white lie. No, life not like that. A lie is a lie. A sin is a sin. What makes you different from me? If you sinning in another, if you told a lie and I went stealing, it's the same difference. You just told a lie. You know what I'm saying? But people think, oh, well, it wasn't that big of a deal. It's all the same. But people have the tendency to point the finger at the thieves that go in the store and steal. But when it's time for you to file your income tax and you carry somebody's child on your income tax because you're trying to get more than enough money, what's the difference? You stealing. They're still stealing. I'm just saying. But you'll be around here talking about, oh yeah, they be stealing and this and that. Oh wow. That's why y'all gotta watch who y'all put your mouth on, and y'all gotta watch the people that y'all step on and mess over, because you never know. One day the person you talking about might be the person that you need. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Even in families. The family members, they talk about you like a dog. They have these certain ones that they talk to behind your back and all that kind of stuff there. But I must say this, in spite of our imperfection when it comes down to our family, we love one another and we gonna ride for one another. But beings, we've been through so much in life. Nobody want to go to jail at it. Nobody, like, I'm 59 years old. You think I want to go sit in jail for the rest of my life because somebody didn't play with me? Girl, I know how to use this right now. See this brain? He said, the mind is a terrible thing to waste. And right now, while y'all be playing with me, I be tossing and turning, flipping and tripping, thinking at the end of the day, there's a way to get back at y'all, but it won't be me touching y'all. It won't be me doing nothing physical to y'all or mentally. You know what I'm saying? It's me praying and giving y'all to Jehovah. And he gonna fight my battle. And it's gonna be a well fight. And he gonna win. So to all y'all that think, oh well, she out there and shit, I ain't scared of nobody. Most definitely not scared of nobody, right? At all. See what I'm saying? But now I'm living in a time where I'm about to be 60 years old in another year. And you think I'm gonna get out there and be fighting and all that kind of stuff there? But one thing for sure, if somebody ever run up to, I feel the need where I'm threatened for my life. If I feel the need that I'm threatened for my life, I'm going to protect myself. Mm-hmm. I got to let y'all know that I'm going to protect me. See what I'm saying? So to all y'all who thought y'all did something about running up on a chair and pointing fingers and doing all kind of stuff there, that's between you and Jehovah. Because y'all got a conscience. Y'all put up this facade when y'all outside around people and all that kind of stuff there. Like y'all, okay, since y'all said I was a bully. Hold on, let me wipe my mouth. Mm-hmm. Hey, Cynthia. Since y'all say I was a bully, so what do you call people that run up on somebody in a wheelchair? I'm a wait. I'm asking for a friend. What do you call a person that run up on somebody in a wheelchair. And then let me say this. One thing about me, I don't never use this wheelchair as a tool. Because guess what? Sister girl in a wheelchair, but at the end of the day, me no punk at all. See what I'm saying? So for y'all to be saying, oh yeah, when this and happened, let me say this, y'all. And I'm not bragging. When I was walking, I ain't never had that problem. I ain't never had that problem. I ain't never had no problem. Nobody running up in my face. Nobody playing with me. I ain't never had that problem. So now, because I'm in a wheelchair, y'all try to go with y'all move. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. I don't want to hurt nobody. I want to be here to be around my grandchildren and see them go to college. And, I want to be alone. I don't want to hurt nobody. But I ain't going to let nobody hurt me either. So all that, she in a wheelchair and like, I don't want no sympathy because I'm in a wheelchair. Girl, please. Never that. I don't want sympathy from nobody. Be like, oh, she in a wheelchair. I do everything for myself and I do a damn good job. I'm just saying. I don't want no pity party. Never did. Never did. Because that man upstairs said, I will supply your each and every need. How about that? So when y'all did whatever y'all did, when y'all try to run up on me and all that kind of stuff there and did all the stuff there at the end of the day, but I'm going to say this too. Don't ever think I ain't got a family that love me. Don't ever think. Because people like, long they don't put their hands on you. They don't, like if I put something on my shoulder, knock it off. Long as they don't knock it off. Guess what? At the end of the day, long as they don't knock it off, long as they keep their hand to themselves, I ain't gonna lie, I was close. I had to rip in and say, take this mindset away. Because at the end of the day, I'm just being real. I don't want to hurt nobody. I don't want to hurt everybody that did what they did. I let them make it. Because at the end of the day, I have grandchildren that I love. In spite of the imperfection, I still have grandchildren. Nobody can change the fact that that's my grandchildren. Y'all could keep them away from me and do all kind of little devious stuff and all that kind of stuff there. God gonna allow me to be here. And when they get big, they're gonna look for my mom. So y'all gotta stop with the drama. Because at the end of the day, a lot of y'all be saying, oh, she toxic, she messy and all this. And I be saying, I'm messy. Oh, so being real must be messy. You know what I'm saying? So what about all the other people that they be around in this cold, cruel world, around these other toxic people and all that kind of stuff there? So at the end of the day, they're not messy. Wow. Let me get something straight. Hold up, let me get that still. Let me get something straight with a lot of y'all. So a lot of us that be on social media, they wake up in the morning and go to, before you even go brush your teeth or wash your face, as soon as you turn over, you grab the phone and you're looking to see what's going on. She did, and what? It's messy. Because you're looking for the mess. So that means 90% of the people that's on social media is messy. They got the good messy people, and they got the real messy people. They got the church holier than thou messy people, because they got some mess going on in somebody's church. Because the church ain't nothing but a hospital with a bunch of sick people that got wounds that need to be healed. How about that? So for y'all to be around here talking about, oh, she messy. And girl, why you over here then? Because you want to hit a mess, right? Wow. Now that's big. That's big. Mm-hmm. But that's what sells the mess. But one thing about me, I be straight fact. I'm real. And if me being real is messy, oh well, and it may be messy. Because I ain't going to stop being real. I'm not going to stop being who God created me to be. I was somebody else, but now I'm trying to be exactly who he created me to be. If I got to go around the world and touch one person, I did a lot. I'm about to have so much money, it's gonna be a sin of shame. It's gonna be a sin of shame. And it's real. And the good part about it, it's gonna come from him. That's why when times where he ask y'all for $1 here, $2 there, this and that, at the end of the day, y'all don't know y'all was missing out on y'all blessing. And they got people that's been blessed since they've been around me. You know, they got people that when we play games and stuff like that, and they I did the raffle, they have people who's like, you know what, and give it to somebody else. I don't need it. That was real. That's real. I got people that been following me for years that really, really love me for me. See what I'm saying? Y'all don't validate me. Y'all don't make me. If I would worry about y'all and the things y'all say and do, man, I probably would have lost my mind. I probably would have lost my mind. That's why when people say, oh, Shane, you ain't got nothing and this and that. Well, if that's the way you feel, I don't have nothing. And what you have. Even if you have, do you have a peace of mind with it? Because you could have all the riches in the world. He said, what profits a man to gain the whole world and lose their soul? Got to be more careful. What profits a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? Y'all on the outside looking in, and y'all believing wrong is right and right is wrong. But we're in the real world. We living in a real world. And the world that we living in now is the real world. And when you learn to accept life for what it is and take accountability for the stuff that you allow to happen in your life and stuff you did in other people's life when you throw the rock and hide your hand. And the stuff you did when somebody else took your charge and you know you was the one did it. Don't let that go over your head. And a lot of y'all young girls around here setting these boys up. See what I'm saying? Y'all playing all these Russian roulette games. You know what I'm saying? Y'all doing all kind of stuff. And then when it hit the news, people, oh, she ain't never bothered nobody. I wonder what happened to this and that. Wow. Y'all won't be a boy, right? Y'all won't be in mess and confusion, right? Y'all won't make phone calls and set boys up and all that kind of stuff there, huh? But you're going to have your mom around here crying, saying, my daughter ain't never did nobody nothing that she knew of, that he knew of. The same way with the sons. Well, my son was a good boy. My son ain't never did nobody. That's something I learned. Don't never say what your child ain't did or ain't going to do. How about that? Don't never say, not my child. Don't never say, not my child. Because a lot of y'all, you know what y'all say? Oh, my child ain't never did nobody nothing. My child not like that. Oh, okay. Okay. If that's what you want to believe. If that's what you want to believe. Let me fix it again. Wait, y'all. I'm trying to fix the camera. If that's what you want to believe. Wait. Y'all can see me? Hey, friend. Hey, Kathy. Stop believing everything y'all see. Stop believing everything you hear. Because people be calling me and I be saying, you know what? I know better than that. On certain things they be talking about. Because at the end of the day, it don't take nothing. Let me tell y'all what's going on with social media and a lot of stuff. A lot of people getting paid off of, social media. So they're using content. They're using stuff. They'll pass the word and say, oh, such and such, or there's such and such going on. And let me tell you about, so not everybody waiting. And everybody gonna pass the word. And everybody on the outside looking in, thinking it's gonna be something that is not. I'm just saying. I mean, if you got a bunch of people that's gonna believe it, and a bunch of people that's gonna tune into it, there go your bread right there. Because y'all been believing lies for a long time. Y'all been being played for a long time. And y'all still getting played. But I don't respect the game. It is what it is. But somebody like me with the real, now we don't want to listen to her. We don't we don't want to listen to her. We don't want to hear what she got to say. Somebody do. How about that? Somebody do. Hey, my baby. Somebody do. How about that? So y'all gotta watch the people y'all listen to, because at the end of the day, it don't take but a second for somebody to spread false rumors. It don't take but a second for somebody to spread false rumors, and everybody gonna run with it. And you know what? A lot of people be like, like when I came out with my story and this and that, because when that happened to me, I was in a coma for, like a while. I think like a month or maybe 2 months. So what if it would have been a time where I wouldn't have, I wouldn't have made it? Then everybody would be like, oh yeah, she was a bully and she kept doing this and she kept doing this and doing that. Lies. So many of y'all y'all was believing the lies. Now what? I'm gonna wait. Now what? Because I've been telling my story over and over and telling my story. Not one person. Let me say this. Out of 1,000 people, it might be 2 people say, oh, she ain't lying. She ain't never had this and that. You know what I call her? A hater. Because you 1 out of 1,000,000. You don't even count. You's a hater. You expose your hand. So all the years I've been telling my story, I've been telling the same story. Ain't not one person I talked about could ever confront me on social media and say I was telling a darn lie. Because I wasn't. My life is a movie. My life. And they got all these crabs in the barrel. They got so many people that hate me against me to it's a sin of shame. And guess what? They just jumping on the bandwagon. It has nothing to do with them. They don't like my persona. They don't like that I'm a phenomenal woman. They don't like my strength. They don't even like to say my name. Say my name. Say my name. I'm going to keep y'all tossing and turning, being bothered about me. Gots to be more careful. Right. They listen for the mess, not for the wisdom. Right. See what I'm saying? But if they listen, they'll learn something. Because I've been there, done that. Ain't nothing like you listen to somebody that then been there, done that through experience. I experienced what it's like being in a wheelchair. So how you could tell me about being in a wheelchair if you ain't never been there? I'm going to wait. Because I be reading a lot of y'all comments. Sometimes I have to just pass some of y'all comments up because some of y'all is so ignorant and illiterate. When y'all be talking about the HIV and talking about this and talking about that, y'all is so lost to a sin of shame. And for y'all women to be out there and judging another woman. Oh, I forgot you dodged the bullet. But girl, don't act like you ain't slept with multiple men. Don't act like it. See, we gonna talk about that today. Rejection sometimes is protection. So if you got somebody you like and you won't be with it, and he turns you down and y'all ain't get a chance to, have intercourse or whatever, rejection was for your protection. I'm gonna say that. See what I'm saying? But of course, when you're a beautiful woman, you're a phenomenal woman, and God created all us in his own image. And we got a lot of beautiful women and handsome men and all that kind of stuff there. But we got women that's jealous of one another for no reason. If you ask somebody, well, why you don't like her? Or why you don't like her? Because they got a jealous spirit in them. And they be beautiful too. But they jealous because they feel like you got a nickel or a quarter more than them. They can have more than you and still don't like you. And still don't like it. And still don't like it. And at the end of the day, what you don't know or I don't know, the man upstairs, he chastising them. He chastising, because guess what? The same way they don't like me, somebody don't like them either. That's the sad part about life. Girl, you don't like me. All I've been through, instead of you praying, you know what I'm saying, for your sister and your brother, that they make it in, and ask God to change their wicked ways and let them draw closer to him. You hating and being messy, being jealous, evil, and deceitful for what reason? You got all that money, you got houses, you got properties, you got cars, you could go to the mall, you could get whatever you want, and you're still not happy. Wow. You're still tossing and turning, flipping and tripping because you weren't about the Jones. Got to be more careful about that. Right. Be just messy. Just messy. I can count on my hands for sure. I can count on my hands, and I need both of my hands. For sure, I know 10 women that hate my gut. And I ain't never did them nothing a day in my life. And them being mad with me ain't had nothing to do with them. It's one of them, I just don't like her. You don't even like yourself, girl. You going through stuff with your dude. You going through stuff with your girl, but I just don't like her. Wow. Wow. And the person you dick riding, they don't even like you either. How about that? How about that? They just use you because you're beneficial. How about that? A lot of y'all got people that don't like y'all either, but y'all get in a huddle with them. All y'all get in a huddle with them, and y'all put up a facade because it's me. Wow. Now that's big. All y'all pretend to get along and like each other when y'all really don't. We're saying, damn, girl, you don't even like her. She don't even like you. She dragged for you. She talk about you like a dog, and y'all team up against me. Now that's big. That's real big. That means I'm doing something right. See what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, y'all worrying about the naysayers and worrying about what people saying on the outside and all that kind of stuff. That I'm worrying about what Jehovah said. That's what I'm worrying about. What he said. And at the end of the day, I had to take back my strength, my sanity, because at the end of the day, I was letting my kids and bother me using my grandkids against me. When people know what you love and know where your heart at. See, the enemy didn't get me when I was in the world. See what I'm saying? And he still can't have me now. You know what I'm saying? He had me, but he slipped and let me go. And now that I'm not for him, he can't get me in other areas. So he used what I love against me. Don't let that go over your head. Because that's not just for me. That's for somebody on YouTube, right on my channel right now. The enemy gonna use what you love against you. But let me say this. Expect the unexpected. The ones you least expect is gonna be the ones to portray you. The one that you did everything in the world for, the one you made sacrifice for, the one you went out there and slept with multiple men for, different women to get them what they wanted, that's the one that's going to portray you. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. It's not going to come from the strangers. See, you know how the strangers come in. See what I'm saying? You know how to watch the strangers. But the one that you're not watching, the one that you really, really love and you'll make sacrifice and do anything in the world for them and they won't do it for you, that's the one you got to worry about. Mm-hmm. This for somebody. This for somebody you love dearly. But you know, the good part about life, the good part about my life is I got an opportunity to know a man that really loved me. And you know what he said? Don't put no man before me. No man, no one, nobody come before him. When y'all start putting people, when y'all start putting people before him, he don't like that. He don't like that. Because every time you fall short, you always go to him. Lord, please help me. Please, I ain't going to do it no more. Please help me, this and that. And then when you get back on your feet and you're doing good again, you have the tendency to forget him. But he ain't got us. See, we don't leave him. I mean, he don't leave us. We leave him. He don't leave us. He said, I will never leave you nor to forsaken you. So we leave him. He don't leave us. So if y'all think y'all could keep on living a certain way and keep on doing the same things that you're accustomed to, he have his hands on you right now. But one day he gonna take his hand off you, and you're gonna go through something that you ain't even thought you would ever go through. Let me tell y'all something. They got a lot of people that's incarcerated. They got people that's incarcerated that's guilty, and they got people that's incarcerated that's not guilty. See what I'm saying? But at the same time, some people that's not guilty of that crime most likely was guilty of another crime. Don't let that go over your head. You might ain't do what they said you did, but you did something. I'm just saying. Like people think they get away with stuff. We never get away. We only get by. Everything I did in my life, when I thought I was out there doing jacking and doing all the stuff that I was doing, thinking I got away with this and this and that, I got that back. So I'm here to tell you, and you, what you're doing, you're only getting by if it's not right. Because everything that we do and it's not right, we get that back. Sometimes you get that back in some. I'm just saying. I paid for that in some. And nobody, a lot of people might not look at my life like I look at my life. My dad was a pimp. My dad was a pimp. My mom and my dad got married at a young age because my grandmother really didn't want my mom with my dad, but my mom wanted to be with my dad. So my grandmother made them get married. Back in the days, it was like, nah, y'all, back in the days, if y'all gonna be together, it was like, well, y'all gonna be together, y'all gonna be married. That's how it was back in the days or whatever. So my daddy being a pimp and my mom with my dad, see what I'm saying? I think a lot of things that my dad did, to women that I saw, it affected me and one of my sisters. One of my other sisters, because we be having this conversation sometime. And I'm going to say this, and I'm not just bragging. My sister are a good woman when it come down to having a man. She a good woman. The cook, the clean, decorate the house. I mean, I'm going to say this, she is a phenomenal woman. I'm not going to take that from her. Even though, me and her, we have our little difference. Sometimes we fall out and have our little ways or whatever. My sister and we go through the same thing when it comes down to a man. All we wanted to do is be loved. But I believe in my heart, I believe that everything that my dad did to a lot of women, not everything, but a lot of things that my dad did, his sins fell upon me and my sister. And when we have this conversation and we remember when her and I went to my dad's house before and we saw all these women, like 5 women in the house, and they go out there and they make their money and they bring it back to my dad and this and that. And we call ourselves dipping in the business. And we started questioning, well, why y'all go out there and make money you give to my dad and all that kind of stuff there. And one of them was like, oh, because I love him and this and that. And my dad used to be so mean. You know what I'm saying? And I used to be like, wow, how they can just go out there and sell their body and then bring all the money back to my dad. I mean, don't keep a dime. You know what I'm saying? And then it was one time when my dad was like, me and my sister was over there and we was having a conversation. He was like, yeah, you're fine, you're pretty and all that. If you ain't gonna do nothing with it, give it to me. And I felt some kind of way because I'm like, you my dad, how you gonna tell me to go out there? But I guess a pimp. I don't care. I guess for that dollar, he didn't care who he pimped, but he wasn't pimping me. Because if I was going out there to make money, I was gonna have my own money and you wouldn't get my money. But anyway, I had got caught up in my feelings. And I was like, how you tell your daughter something like that? But I didn't understand it then, right? So as I got older and time with the passing and stuff like that, and I started sleeping with guys, it was strictly about money. It was strictly about my, yeah. It was like it was already in me. You know what I'm saying? And so when I started messing with guys like that's out there in their life and this and that, I was like, give me my money or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it was all about a dollar. See what I'm saying? And I was getting the cars and I was getting them, all the money and stuff like that. That's why when they be talking that shit, talking about what I don't have and this and that, girl, I done been a millionaire a couple of times. Girl, y'all just jumping off the porch. I had what y'all have now. I had that at 15, 16 years old. When y'all just not jumping off the porch. I done fell off the porch, then roll over in the dirt and all that kind of stuff there. Y'all just not, you know what I'm saying? That's why I say when some of y'all be talking and going off and talking about that lady and this and that, go do your homework on that lady in the wheelchair. Because guess what? At the end of the day, I'm in a wheelchair for a reason. How about that? And at the end of the day, I'm good. I'm good. And for somebody to say, "Oh, I wouldn't worse that on my worst," I wouldn't want Miss Ann like, girl, I wouldn't want you to have my life. Because guess what? I got peace within myself, and I ain't trying to set nobody up to get pim pim. I ain't trying to lie on nobody and put nobody in jail. I ain't trying to do none of that. Just know the difference between me and you is just all me. Just all me. Ain't nothing altered on me. Nothing. Nothing. Just imagine how some of y'all gonna look 10, 15 years from now, from the surgery. Just imagine how y'all gonna look when y'all get my age. Just imagine. You know what I'm saying? So if you 35, 32, or you in your 30s and you about to hit 40, just imagine. You ain't got long. You ain't got long. So when y'all be around here talking about, oh, they old and this and that and all kind of stuff, you almost there. And when you get there, then what you gonna say then when the young girl's calling you old? Because it gotta come back. It gotta come back. And then the cold part about life is that a lot of y'all done dodged the bullet. So y'all feel the need that y'all can talk about people that's transparent and out in the openness and just letting it out, just not scared to tell people, their status and stuff like that. So y'all think y'all better? And some of y'all be sleeping with multiple men and you dodging the bullet, you know what I'm saying? And so y'all think that's cute, right? You think it's cute that you sleeping with this man, that man within 90 days, y'all sleeping with multiple men and y'all think that's cute, and y'all have the nerve to be talking about somebody with HIV and this and that. At the end of the day, everybody didn't ask for HIV. I'm just saying, everybody didn't ask for that. See what I'm saying? But it is what it is. But God couldn't use a better person. Life don't stop. Nobody life stop. So just because a person have HIV don't mean that you can die at any given time. You can pass out and die. You could die from cancer. You could die from a diabetic. You could die from all different types of stuff. COVID came through here without a warning and took a lot of people. So watch the people and watch the things that come out of your mouth. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So when y'all say stuff like that, and y'all talk about the people with HIV who came out in the openness with the HIV and their status and all that, you're not exempt. You're not exempt. You could die at any given time. How about that? And the people who y'all be around here talking about, and y'all gets me when y'all be talking about, oh, they got AIDS and all that. I'm so tired of y'all saying that shit. You know why y'all be saying a person with HIV have AIDS? You know why y'all do that? Because y'all know AIDS carry more weight than HIV. Muscle spasm. I'm just saying. Y'all know the AID carry more weight than the HIV. So y'all put that label on somebody when they don't. When they don't even have AIDS. And no matter how much I try to educate y'all on HIV and AIDS, y'all still gonna say, oh yeah, he got the AIDS and he got this and this and that, and you dodged the bullet. You slept with somebody who had, they just ain't tell you they had it because they was on their medicine. Do y'all not know that a lot of y'all done slept with people that take medicine and they ain't never told y'all they was on it? Gots to be more careful. And better yet, do y'all not know that people working in restaurants and working at hotels and at working in good places and all that kind of stuff? Do y'all not know that them people HIV positive too? Their life ain't stopped. You just don't know what they have. That part right there. You're damn if you do, and you're damn if you don't. How about that? But since people is transparent and out in the openness with theirs, y'all can ridicule them and talk down on them and say all kind of evil and deceitful stuff toward them when you got shit going on your damn self. How about that? Lupus, uh, catching seizures, all that shit could cause death. All that. Just because people on HIV take medicine, they got other people take other medicine that keep them alive. So, but for me, I believe that when it's your time to go, it ain't got nothing to do with HIV and all that kind of stuff there. When it's your time, you can have HIV, NIV, YOV, that any kind of V you want. When it's your time, you're going. So y'all can stop saying, oh, this person died from HIV, this person died from AIDS and all that kind of stuff. Maybe it's a person that had HIV and they didn't take their medicine and they didn't take care of themselves and their immune system wasn't strong enough to fight off the virus. And some people, let me tell you something, some people stress themselves to death because they weren't about other people and weren't about how other people gonna feel and what other people gonna say about them. Live your life. Live your life. It's so sad. It's so sad. It's so many people that's walking around with HIV too as a sin of shame. But you know what? Y'all won't judge the people that came out in the openness and let everybody know. Y'all won't judge them. Because guess what? If I wouldn't have never came out and told none of y'all, they still was all in my DM. How about that? They still was all in my DM, but I'm not that type of person to go around sleeping with people, multiple people, knowing at the end of the day, even though I know I can't, transfer it to nobody else. I'm undetectable. I take care of myself, but I'm not trying to be intimate with nobody anyway. And if it's somebody I'm going to be intimate, I'm going to make sure they're straight and make sure I'm straight too. How about that? How about that? I'm good in my own skin. So for y'all that's out there, that's permanent thinker, that got so much to say about the people with HIV. What kind of sickness you have? What kind of sickness you have? Because people they got all kind of disease out here could take you in a split second. They got diseases that take you faster than HIV. Don't let that go over your head. Because they got a lot of people living with HIV. A lot. A lot. A lot of people literally is living with HIV. But since y'all don't know about it, y'all can't talk about it. But a lot of y'all got family members and y'all got a lot of people that, because I met one person, she was like, please don't tell nobody because I don't want nobody to know. But she's still around here sleeping with people. And I don't want nobody to know this between me and your girl. I ain't the one going to tell your family secret or tell your secret. At the end of the day, I say you should be around here telling people because you're sleeping with multiple people. And then when you go to the clinic, they most definitely ask you, are you having intercourse with anybody? So just imagine how many people that's going to be honest and how many of them going to lie. I'll wait. It's a lot of people that's not going to tell that they HIV. So y'all, let me say this. So if we was the murder capital, right? So if we the capital with HIV, so just imagine y'all looking at me, looking at Bonnie, looking at other people that y'all know. But what about the other people that y'all can't see? That's visible. They be right visible right in y'all face. And they got it. I'm just saying. New Orleans is infested. Then they got the men that won't play the game because they worrying about what somebody gonna say. Negro, you already got it. You already got it. I didn't talk to so many Negroes on the phone that I know have it. And you think they're gonna say they have it? They're not. But I ain't trying to get with you anyway. I ain't trying to be with you anyway. See what I'm saying? And a lot of y'all be smiling and grinning a lot of people's face and be around a lot of people that I know got it. Of course, I'm amazed. And anything I want to find out, I can find out. So it's a lot of people in New Orleans, Baton Rouge. A lot of people have it in New Orleans and Baton Rouge. So just think if you had the second line and everybody at the second line having a good time and this and that, and May's just rolling in a little wheelchair, and I be seeing them, and I be seeing y'all he-heing and ha-haing and laughing and all that kind of stuff there, and it ain't my place to say nothing. It ain't my place to say nothing, but I'm here to tell y'all it's infected. It's infected. Mm-hmm. 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 So I tell my hat to Viney for coming out. You're damn if you're doing, you're damn if you don't. I came out and maybe a couple of other people came out. But at the end of the day, y'all got a lot to talk about with us. What about you? What about your sister, your brother, your mama, your auntie, your uncle, your cousins? They don't, you know why a lot of people really don't want to come out? Because they damn if they do. And they worrying about people judging them. They worrying about how people gonna judge them. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because sometimes you have to wonder. You know what I'm saying? Back then, people used to worry about, oh, I'm not eating behind this person, or I'm not eating behind this person, and all that kind of stuff. There, Magic Johnson and had HIV for how many years, and he's still with his same wife. There's somebody for everybody, and I know some people that have somebody, and they had it longer than me. How about that? And they didn't been with different people, and that's their person. So they got somebody out there. But you know what? We living in a world where people worry about what people gonna say. It got to be a man that's gonna love you for you, no matter what they say. You got to be strong-minded. You got to be the type of man be like, you know what? It is what it is. I know what's going on with her, but I still won't be with her. I still love him, regardless to the imperfection. You got to be with somebody that's willing to be honest with you. Somebody that's willing to accept you for who you are. Somebody that's willing to work with you. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's willing to say, you know what? We just gonna make sure I protect myself. Even if you go to the doctor, I feel like this me. If nobody ain't comment or nothing, y'all still on here, you got to be with somebody that's willing to go to the doctor with you and have a sit down talk with the doctor, so the doctor can explain to them, or the doctor could prep them up and assure them that they cannot get it by sleeping with you. They got people out here that really love people that don't, it don't matter. And let me share this with y'all. Y'all still on here? Can somebody write something? Cause seem like ain't nobody saying nothing. I just want to know that y'all still on here. Cause y'all know I'm new to this. I just want to be with somebody that's willing to accept me for who I am. Me for being who I am. Y'all still on here? All right. That's willing to be with me for me. Just because I'm in a wheelchair, I don't have to settle for no anybody. But I will say this. Thank you, Angela. I will say this. There's somebody that really, really, really wanted to be with me. See what I'm saying? But I go to thinking, all right, if you want to be with me and you willing to sleep with me, and I'm telling you, because I tell every, you know what? Somebody had the nerve to tell me, oh, I want to be with you. I like you. But why you ain't never tell me you had HIV? Got to be more careful. So you know what I came back with? I said, I told the world. When you started talking to me, you met me from social media. You talked to me because you saw me on social media. And that's the games that people try to play with you. You know what I'm saying? Why should we get off into a conversation about me with HIV when we're not even talking about being intimate? We're not even talking about being together. So at the end of the day, If you saw my videos, you already know what it was. Why y'all have to play games like that when you know you bothered and worried about what people gonna say? Oh, you gonna be with her? Or you gonna be with him? You know they got that shit. You know that. Wow. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all should be more worried about the ones that ain't gonna tell you, because it's a lot. Don't worry about me, because I ain't trying to be with you anyway. God got my person. How about that? And when my person come along, my person gonna love me for me. How about that? And I'm gonna make sure my person be safe. How about that? Because I'm not the one that go around and sleeping with nobody. I didn't ask for this. It was given to me. It was a surprise, and it wasn't even wrapped up. Got to be more careful. Do you know where you get yours from? Because I was married. How about that? How about that? To the one that was on YouTube, on the Real Report on YouTube saying, if a shoulda and all that kind of stuff. Let me tell you something. He was in jail for 20 some years. So if we had to go back on the hands of time, I've been clean up to the days of him being home. See what I'm saying? But I ain't got no point to prove to nobody. See, when I was out there sleeping around with Tom, Dick, Harry, when I was sleeping around getting my curls, I ain't never had that. I never caught a disease like that. See what I'm saying? The minute I settled down, and when he came home, he was a hot boy. Now he's a not boy. See what I'm saying? All y'all, not all y'all, but the ones who saw him, the ones who used to go with him back then and all that kind of stuff, that y'all wanted to get with him. So let me say this to y'all who wanted to get with him, that was playing on my phone and all that kind of stuff there. Girl, you dodged the bullet. Now you saying to yourself, girl, I'm glad I ain't never got with him, but you want to get with him because he was all fine and looking good. You know what I'm saying? Looking real good. I was getting the thumbs up. See what I'm saying? Now I get the thumbs down. See what I'm saying? But at the same time, you wanted him. You wanted him. You played with him. A lot of y'all played with him. See what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I don't know if y'all ain't got it because he slept with y'all. You need me to say it again for the people in the back? He slept with you. He slept with you, and you. But you walk around, y'all be all at the second line, be all in the club and all that kind of stuff there. And y'all was playing on my phone. Playing on my phone. See what I'm saying? How we don't know if you ain't got it. And you, and you, and you. Because he was that ninja. He was fresh meat to y'all. I guess to me too, because I fell for the okie doke. Did. But that was one of my first boyfriends, because I thought I was winning. When at the end of the day, it's all right. I still got a win-win. I'm still blessed and highly favored. How about that? How about that? Because I'm good. I'm good. Just think of all the years I was out there selling my soul for $1. Like he said, what profits a man to gain the whole world and lose their soul? A lot of y'all losing y'all soul because y'all worrying about what people say. Y'all doing things y'all shouldn't be doing because y'all trying to impress people. How about that? So now I'm in the world, but I'm not of the world. When I get stuff, there be stuff that I wanted. That be something that I want at the end of the day. But you know why God allowed y'all to see me being blessed? To draw y'all closer to him. To say, even though she in a wheelchair and she going through what she going through, I love God. In spite of my imperfection, I love him. And anything I ask him for, he give me that and some. All you got to do is surrender. Enough is enough. Girl, you ain't tired of tossing and turning, flipping and tripping, going through what you're going through. You ain't tired. I remember those long days when I used to say, Lord, please give me strength so I could leave him alone. Because you know what he said? You ain't going to never find nobody like me. You ain't going to never leave. Say what? See, when I built up enough strength and I got tired of crying, waiting up 5 o'clock in the morning, calling the jailhouse and all that, and all the while you laying up with the side piece and they laughing, he in and high and all that kind of stuff there. See, when I got tired, only what you do for Christ gonna last. See, when I got tired, because you got to get tired. No, you got to get sick and tired. See, when I got sick and tired of being sick and tired, and he gave me that strength, enough was enough. I was getting caught up. Seemed like I was going to jail back to back for shit, and not for shit that I did. Show me your company, I'll tell you who you are. I'm going to jail because I'm around him. And then you got family members. I don't want you with her. Huh? You got people like I was the bad guy when. Wow, that's just something you can't. I understand y'all love y'all loved ones, but I'm somebody's daughter too. I got family too that love me too. And you mad because he chose to be with me? Wow. I ain't see it coming. A lot of y'all sister-in-laws and brother-in-laws, y'all need to fall back when it comes down to people relationship. Y'all can pass your opinion among yourself, but y'all need to fall back. If it don't concern you and people marry, some of y'all need to mind y'all business and stay out of people business when it comes down to marriage. Right. Gain a hold where everybody want it when you get it. See what I'm saying? A lot of people surprised. Oh, she got this, she got that. I ain't never not had what I wanted. And the more I draw closer to God, the more he supplied my each and every need. And one day I won't be on nobody, no foods that no. I want to be. I won't be the one to help somebody. I won't be the one to be there for somebody. I won't be the one to build a little subdivision for people with disability and mentally and physically abused women. I won't be the one to sit at the table with nothing but women and we talking about everything that we've been through and going through. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Because only what you do for Christ gonna last. All that other stuff, you gain the whole world. You got all this and all that, and you done sold your soul to the devil. Y'all out here on the outside looking in thinking everything is peaches and cream when it's not. It's not. The devil got y'all thinking people winning. People that's stepping on people, that's misusing people, that's disrespecting elderly people. Y'all, a lot of y'all young girls don't have respect for yourself, for your mama, for your daddy. So how could y'all respect somebody else's mama or daddy? Y'all drag for your own mama and daddy. So how could y'all respect somebody else's mama and daddy? But I know one thing, y'all better not play with Big Ann at all, in spite of whatever. None of y'all better not never disrespect my mama on God. How about that? How about that? But a lot of y'all feel the need that y'all could be. Let me tell y'all where the disrespect coming at. A lot of y'all disrespect me because y'all feel like, oh, well, our churn don't respect us, so I'm a disrespecter. But guess what? At the end of the day, see that man upstairs? He said, no, you can't. Because you got a mom. You got a daddy. How about that? You got a mama, you got a daddy. And for each and every one of y'all that called yourself playing with me and disrespecting me in the wrong way, and I didn't do anything to y'all, God chastising y'all. Y'all getting it now. Y'all just ain't saying it. Y'all getting it through y'all husband. Y'all getting it through y'all wives. Y'all getting it through y'all children, y'all grandchildren. So y'all could be over here trying to be disrespectful and try to talk about somebody else's mama, and y'all think that shit cute, what be going on with me and my children. It's not. But just remember, you're a woman too. You're a man too. A lot of y'all need to fall back when it come down to certain things and certain people's family. Y'all need to mind y'all business. Because guess what? At the end of the day, I ain't talking about when you bring shit to the internet. When you bring shit to the internet, it's everybody's business. All bets are off. See what I'm saying? But when it come down to, oh yeah, and you put yourself in somebody else's business and it has nothing to do with you, and it's still family. They still family. And then when it come down to money, a lot of people be like, you know what? It is all money ain't good money. How about that? If you disrespectful to my mama, my sister, my brother, my cousins, my nephews, my niece, you disrespectful to me. So at the end of the day, I don't even want your money. But a lot of y'all selling y'all soul. Y'all to do all kind of stuff just for $1. When God saying, I could bless you without you selling your soul. I don't want to sell my soul for my blessing. I don't want to have to step on nobody, spit on nobody, dog nobody out just to get to where I want to be. I'm not doing it. So all y'all who think y'all mistreating people, disrespecting people, mama, people, dad, and all that kind of stuff, their children, grandchildren, and all that, don't think for a second that you're not going to get that back. And then the cool part about it, all y'all got a life. All y'all got a hidden agenda. Stop being around here acting like you ain't never did nothing. The world don't know, but some people know. Don't let that go over your head. The world don't know, but some people know. I know. So y'all can paint this picture like, oh yeah, I'm good at 2 shoes and that, but we all have a past. So stop judging me and stop, oh yeah, she messing this and that and all this kind of stuff. And you not. And I don't do social media and this and that. Oh wow, really? Really? So a lot of y'all know how to throw the rock and hide your hand. A lot of y'all go along to get along. You know what that means? You're selling your soul. I ain't selling my soul to nobody. To nobody. I ain't going along to get along with nobody. Because what's for you is for you. But oh no, y'all think, oh, you're gonna miss out if you stop talking to somebody. Y'all think some people, all right, like some people think life is based upon money, right? So y'all think dealers, y'all think Macy's, y'all think Saks Fifth Avenue, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, and all that. Y'all think them people gonna stop making money because one person stops spending money in their store? Wow. They're not gonna stop. They're not gonna stop. But a lot of y'all selling y'all soul to the devil, to the highest bidder. And they say, God put people like me in people pathway. He used us to see just how you gonna treat them. And you wondering why you got all this fame and fortune and you got all of this and you still not happy within yourself. And you wonder why you don't have a girlfriend. You wonder why you don't have a boyfriend. You wonder why they still desire husbands and wife. But they're not husband and wife material because they selfish. Because all they think about is self. It's all about me, me, me. Nobody can't tell them nothing. Don't tell me how to raise my children. Don't tell me how to do this. And I raised 4 children from a wheelchair and I done a damn good job. But the generation right now, they don't want you to tell them about the children. And a lot of y'all think that y'all have children that live with their mother or their father. And y'all think, well, if I buy them clothes, I make sure they have the clothes that they want and all this. Buying them clothes is not keeping a roof over their head. I'm just saying. I'm just speaking in general. Because a lot of y'all baby mamas and baby daddies that's absent from y'all children, or maybe y'all have y'all in their life a little bit, or y'all buying them stuff. So if you got a daughter, you got a son, and they live with their mom or they live with their daddy, just because you buying clothes and all that shit there, and they getting shoes and all that kind of shit there, that's not keeping a roof over their head. So you don't think that the mother or the father is entitled to no money for keeping the roof over their head and paying bills and making sure. So if you get with another female or you get with another man and the female got children and you paying her bills and her children bills, but you're not paying the bills with your kids, or you're not helping out with your kids, and but you making sure. So to me, and some people might disagree, to me, the children that's in-house is getting more than the children that's on the outside. That the biological children, if they're not in-house, the children that's in-house most likely get more, because they making sure they got water, they got life, they got a roof over their head, when you don't even know what's going on with your kids on the other end. I'm just saying, we could agree to disagree, but most likely the children that he or her live with, they doing more for them. Right, right. They doing more for them because they're with them. But I don't think that you should neglect your kids' mother from getting any type of funds, when at the end of the day, if no, let me say this. If you got a baby mama or a baby daddy, right? And say like some guys are raising their kids, right? And if the mother is making more money than him, I feel like she should be ordered to make sure she send money for bills. The household where your child is living should never fall short if you making good money, because you're not raising that kid in a house with you. See what I'm saying? I feel like if the man got a baby mama, even because they feel like, oh, she got a man living with her, whatever. You could have a baby mama could have a man living with her, but that don't mean that you should be bothered by that. Because I feel like you should now. Let me see. I think. Wait, let me think about that before I say it. So, if you got a baby mother and she got a man, what if her man not making a whole lot of money? And what if she not making a whole lot of money? So do y'all think that the person who got the money, more money, and just because she got a man living with her, do y'all think that it's fair that the dad it's fair that the dad don't help with the bills because she got a man? So let me ask a question. I'm just ask a question. So if you're a baby daddy and you got a baby mama and she got a man, right? And she falls short on the bills, right? And the rent need to be paid, and she ain't got it, and he ain't got it. So you're not gonna help out with the rent, or you don't have to give her the cash. But I guess a lot of men be like, no, I'm not helping her alone. She got a man living with her. I'm not finna help her pay no bills or whatever. But at the same time, I don't know who this is. But at the same time, that's still your child. See what I'm saying? A lot of children are being neglected because they live in a house with another man or another woman. But you doing more for the woman or the man that you with. You doing more for the kids that's with you in-house that's not even your kids. And a lot of people don't look at it like that. But the kids that's in-house, they get more than the kids that's not in-house because they physically there with them. Some of y'all could agree, some we could agree to disagree. It's just me. I feel like, right. I feel like the kids that's there in-house get more than the kids that's not there. See what I'm saying? And some people might say, well, no, it's not like that. Well, what you think? Because if you're not there physically with your child, you know what I'm saying? But you hands-on and physically there with your stepkids, I feel like your stepkids are getting more than your kids because you providing a roof over their head, you providing clothes on their back, you providing water, light, you provide a lot for them kids because you stay there with them. Now, on the other hand, your kid don't live with you; they live with their mom, and they still lacking. And so, I feel like some men should just step up to the plate, and if their child needs something, or I feel like you should still just help out. If y'all got a relationship, and I mean, not if it's not toxic or nothing like that, I feel like you still should step up to the plate, especially if you got somebody, a man that's over your child, that's chastising and treating your child like if that was their own child. See what I'm saying? So I just feel like it's a lot of stuff that go on in a lot of families, like with the drama with the kids, the drama with the in-laws, the drama with the daughter-in-law, the drama with the son-in-law. It's just a lot of stuff that go back and forward when at the end of the day, it's a lot of you sons and daughters out there. Y'all need to straighten a lot of stuff out because y'all play a major part in stuff that's going on with y'all parents and y'all spouse. A lot of y'all play a major part. And people disrespect people that you love because you don't have respect for them. If you disrespecting your mom or disrespect your daddy, people feel the need that they can do it because you doing it. And nobody should feel the need that they can disrespect your mom or your daddy. Nobody's never going to disrespect my mom or my daddy. Nobody I ever been with never disrespect my mom or my daddy because I'm not having it. See what I'm saying? But a lot of y'all letting it go on. So at the end of the day, the outside people feel like, well, he don't respect his mama. He don't respect his daddy. So why should I respect him? It's bad when your friends or your associate could talk to your mama in a disrespectful way because they didn't saw you talk to her or talk to him in a disrespectful way. And a lot of this the world we living in right now. The youngsters of today, ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. But I listen to a lot of people when they be saying, oh yeah, well, she be talking, right. She be talking all that smack, and then when it's something happen, it's always about the wheelchair. No, girl, it ain't never about the wheelchair with me. It ain't never about the wheelchair with me. I ain't never been no punk. So at the end of the day, I ain't never gonna use my wheelchair as no tool. I don't even look at me being in a wheelchair, even though I'm in a wheelchair, literally. When it come down to certain things, girl, I don't need nobody to come for me because everybody was like, when certain things happen with me, they was like, why you ain't called? Why you ain't called I was like, why I ain't gotta call nobody. I ain't the one to call nobody. I can handle my own. Like, and people be like, it couldn't have been my sister, it couldn't have been my mom, it couldn't have been this and that. But one thing about me, I know how to hold my own. When the time is needed and I gotta pick up the phone and call somebody, that means it's serious. I ain't calling nobody because it ain't that serious, and I know how to handle my own business. I ain't never need no entourage. Never. Never. I ain't got to make no phone call and call nobody. Because at the end of the day, if something go down and something happen, I don't want nobody to be like, oh, well, I went out there in that water for her and this and that. Nah. Nah. We ain't finna do that. We ain't finna do that. Mm-mm. I'm not cut like that. I ain't got to call nobody. I know how to handle my own. Even if somebody feel the need that they want to try me in that wheelchair, it's called stand your grounds. It calls stand your grounds. And there is a law. So when y'all run up on this wheelchair, y'all got to know its consequence and repercussion, right? Right? They already know. But I don't know what it be about me that they feel the need that they want to try and play with me. Because at the end of the day, I be saying, Lord, please let them leave me alone. I be, I get out the wheelchair and get on the floor and be crying out to God and asking God to allow y'all to leave me alone. Because at the end of the day, what's in me, if you let that come inside of you and you keep on poking and poking and poking the bell, what you think gonna happen? Rah! You know what I'm saying? So I stay out of y'all way and I want y'all to stay out of my way. But if y'all come for me at the end of the day, as long as y'all don't do all that and all that, you know what I'm saying? It's all good. You did what you did. You did what you did. You did what you did. But at the end of the day, the consequence and the repercussion ain't coming from me. It ain't coming from me. But a lot of y'all on the outside talking about if I shoulda, woulda, coulda. At the end of the day, that little lady in the wheelchair could hold her own. And not because I'm 59 years old. I've been holding my own since I've been a young girl. And at the end of the day, I don't need nobody to come out there in that water for me. So y'all can stop saying, well, my mom, it was my dad, I do this and this and that. One thing for sure, if my children don't know nothing else, their mom ain't scary by long shot. Stuff that happened to me at the end of the day, I had to let some of that stuff ride because at the end of the day, stuff I did in my life, he let it ride with me. He forgave me, so I have to forgive y'all because he said forgive y'all. Other than that, if I ain't know Jehovah and I wasn't close to him, don't let that go over y'all head. How about that? Right, right, right. And I still be getting phone calls like, yeah, people think they could play with people, mom, and all that kind of stuff there and do all that kind of stuff. So if y'all think y'all could do something to me, what y'all think? Y'all trying to start like a million man march or a million family march? Man, come on, man. Y'all must not know who I am. And I ain't bragging. Y'all must not know who I am. Because at the end of the day, if I would have made that one phone call, anytime, anybody, if I would have made that one phone call, it'll be problems in the city. And that's shit that we don't even need. How about that? The majority of the people that do stuff to people are unalive people, be people they know. I'll wait because they cutthroat. How about that? They're unalive and their friends, people that they slept by their house, people that they grew up with. So at the end of the day, y'all youngsters don't know no better. I know better. At one time, I used to be head first. Now I know how to think on y'all. See what I'm saying? I ain't got to put my hands on none of y'all. I ain't got to do none of that. But I do know the law right now. The law is that I'm going to stand my ground. I'm just giving y'all a warning. I'm going to stand my ground. See what I'm saying? So all that, you know what I'm saying? And I be having a woo side. I be like, you know what? I be woo sign. You know what I'm saying? And I be like, Lord, I thank you for giving me the strength to walk away, to roll away, to just, just leave. You know what I'm saying? Because the longer I stay, the more angry I get. You know what I'm saying? So thank God for allowing me to draw closer and know him. That's what you need to be thinking, saying, Lord, I think it could have been worse. Because that's what everybody's saying. It was going to turn out bad. Things going to turn out bad. If I do something wrong, I take accountability. But if I confront you as a lady, you know what I'm saying, and I be respectful, you know what I'm saying, I understand if people don't like me. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? But what I don't like for somebody, hey, my baby, for somebody to lie on me. If you're going to tell a story, tell exactly how it happened and tell what happened and how. Don't lie. Don't lie. Because one thing about me, I'm going to come behind you and tell the truth. Now what? It's sad when y'all tell a lie in front of the people that was there. And they be like, girl, I ain't went down like that. You know what I'm saying? And then they also have people that'll go along and get along, but they also have people that say, you know what? Girl, you was wrong. Boy, you was wrong. You know what I'm saying? But even though they got people that's gonna say that, you still in your mind, I ain't did nothing wrong. In your mind, see what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you got to be held accountable for the things that you do. See what I'm saying? I have to be held accountable for the things that I did. But when it come back to you, you might not be as strong as I am. You might not be strong as I am. Because y'all got to get it back. To any and everybody in my past that I ever did something wrong to. I mean, knowingly did something wrong to, I apologize. And I told him I was sorry. If I did something to you and it was unjust and I was wrong, I take my L. See what I'm saying? To all the people in my life that I feel like, even if it was men that I did stuff to, because some of them still alive and still living, and I done took their money and ran off and all that. I mean, fair exchange ain't no robbery. I did. I can't bring that back. I repent. I said I was sorry, and that's that. And at the end of the day, you ain't perfect, so you probably did stuff. So I forgive you. I forgive people. Some people be like, they don't want to forgive. You don't want to forgive, so God ain't got to forgive you. So to all the people that I heard and I say, forgive me, if they don't accept my forgiveness, then that's between them and Jehovah. If somebody did something wrong to me and they never say they're sorry, and maybe, they go to their grave never saying they're sorry because in their mind they feel like they ain't do nothing. That's between you and Jehovah. I'm glad I'm not you. Because me, myself, if I did something wrong, I'm woman enough to say, you know what? I was down bad. I'm sorry. Forgive me. You know what I'm saying? And they got people like that. Somebody just recently, did something, and it was like, and I blocked them from calling my phone and all that, but they still could leave a voicemail. If they ain't said they were sorry at least 20 times, you could say you sorry, I forgive you, but I don't want to ever deal with you again in my life. I don't ever want to have no dealings with you. So if you on here and you watching me on YouTube, I'm talking to you. You know exactly what you did. You call my phone and you say you sorry multiple times. I accept your apology, but I don't ever want to deal with you ever again in life. And that's on God. I don't ever want to deal with you ever again in life. Because what you did, you didn't have to do. And you know who you are. How about that? I came too far for to allow somebody to try to bring me back and lie on me and almost cost me my freedom. You actually lied and said something happened that didn't never happen because you was caught up in your feelings. Come on, man. Got to be more careful. Right string, wrong yo-yo. I take my L when I do stuff, and I hold myself accountable for everything that I do if it's not right, that I didn't did if it wasn't right. I know who to go to when I do stuff, and if it's not right, you're thinking wrong, sometimes it's doing wrong. So a man thinking he already did it. See what I'm saying? So thinking wrong, you got to rebuke certain spirits that come in your mind. You know what I'm saying? So on a day-to-day basis, I always like, Lord, forgive me of my sin. I repent, even just get that evil thought in my mind. You know what I'm saying? So I got to constantly be like, on my P's and Q's with Jehovah because I'm not for the streets no more. And when you're not for the streets anymore, the enemy have a tendency to attack you because you're no longer for the streets. And I am no longer for the streets, but I be in the streets. And people have the tendency to want to try me. And it's not people that I've been around all my life. It's people that they jumping for other people. Oh, I'm mad with her because she mad with my friend. I'm beefing with her because her and my friend had some men, women that had stuff happen decades ago, years and years ago. And here come the long lost friend dipping in something that has nothing to do with her. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And all the ones that called themselves playing with me was ones that I didn't even play with when I was walking. I'm just saying. Do that make you look good? That y'all try to play with me because y'all feel like I'm in a wheelchair? Oh, you get brownie points? No, you don't. You look so stupid trying to run up on a woman in a wheelchair. And I be praying that y'all don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I don't want nothing on my conscience. I don't. I don't. That's why when people be like, why you ain't call me? And why you ain't do this? And why you ain't? I ain't trying to do that. I be asking y'all just leave me alone. Only time I come on social media and go off as somebody and say something, or I try to, talk to somebody in the right way, and somebody feels some kind of way or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's the only time. I don't just go around just picking, let me pick with her, let me pick with her, or let me say this about her, let me say this about her. If you ain't never ran across my path or said nothing negative toward me, I don't just come on here and randomly just talk about nobody. Anybody that I got an encounter with on social media is because you said something and I was saying something, you feel some kind of way and you feel the need that, you need to shut up and all that kind of stuff. Everybody entitled to their opinion. But let me say this, why, when everybody else passed their opinion, y'all jump on y'all. I mean, y'all don't say nothing to everybody else. But the minute I say something, it's a problem. It's cool when they do it, but it's a problem when I do it. Is it just me? Got to be more careful. But it is what it is. I mean, it's called life. So, y'all, that's what I wanted to talk about today. A lot of stuff that's going on in the world with families, a lot of stuff going on that people throwing it under the rug and they're outside making it seem like they ain't going through nothing. People going through so much of shit in families. It's a sin of shame with their children when they let their children go by the aunties and the uncles and the little children be fighting and they be talking about you let your baby hit my baby and all that. This their cousins, their sisters, their brothers. Well, hit them back and fight them back and all that. Why not just sit them down and say y'all family? And family don't fight each other. Family love each other. Family don't do the stuff that y'all doing among each other to say y'all blood family. Y'all bickering and all that in front of the children. Y'all don't want the children. Now all these children been playing all these years. Now you mad with the mama, you mad with the daddy, you mad with the sister, you mad with the brother, the auntie, and the uncle. Now the children, you're dragging the children in there. And the children keep asking, well, I can go by my cousin. I could talk to my, no, you ain't talking to your cousin and all that. Now y'all done drag the children in the shenanigans. Y'all got to be more careful. Y'all got to stop. Y'all got to do better. Y'all got to do better. Y'all got to do better. Y'all got to stop using your children for leverage. Y'all got to stop that. Y'all got to stop. Just because he done cheated on you with somebody and made a baby with somebody else or this and that. The baby is here. The children is here. Now move on. Oh, I ain't going to never accept that baby. Well, the baby ain't asked to come here. That's just immature. Children is off limit. Children has nothing to do with the choices that grown adults make. Nothing. You know why the cycle keep going on? Because it's a lot of bitter people. It's a lot of bitter people that's still bitter. If I can put my differences aside, I put my differences aside. And I'm not lying to y'all. I done told people, look, I forgive you. We're going to get along for the children. We're going to go along to get along for the children and the grandchildren. And that still wasn't enough. So that let me know that I am not the problem. The problem lies within you because you insecure. Because you insecure about yourself. See what I'm saying? Or you insecure. But if you wasn't insecure, and if you know who Jehovah was, you'll be like, you know what? It's all good. I'm not mad. Why are you mad? You're not the victim. Why are you mad? And it's sad because it's affecting other people because you're using your insecurity for leverage. Or I don't want to be around her. Or she toxic. I don't want to be around him. He toxic when it's you. When you going to take accountability? Because it's you. It ain't nobody else. But you want people to believe, oh, it's her in that wheelchair. She always thought mess. Every time she come around, it's always something. No, she not. I done been to several things and nothing ever happened. Because I know how to conduct myself. But of course, y'all gonna paint a picture and put up a facade. Oh, we don't want her around here and this and that, and she this and this and that. Really? When God's saying, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. That man upstairs don't sleep. And for each and every one of y'all that played them little games about she ain't invited, we don't want to be around her, she toxic and this and that. So if you got all these people, you got 1,000 people, 500 people, whatever. So out of all them people in there, she the only toxic one. I'ma wait, as y'all say, because I done been to several things and I never caused no confusion. So I'm trying to understand, which I understand where the problem come in at, where the problem lies at. Like y'all say, oh, she looking for clout. What kind of clout I'm looking for? Because guess what? I've been Aunt Maid since the day I came out of my mother's womb. I've been Aunt Maid before some of y'all was even born. And the things that y'all getting and y'all have now, I've been there, done that. So what kind of clout I'm looking for? I'm waiting. Because I've been relevant. My family was relevant. And at the end of the day, a lot of y'all try to figure out why y'all don't have to try to figure out. I talk about my brother because from 1989 to the 99, you know what I'm saying? My brother song dropped in 89. See what I'm saying? My brother was that dude in the 80s. And my brother was that dude. That's why I say he gone, but he'll never be forgotten. See what I'm saying? My brother was going where Master P and Baby, where they went, but unfortunately, somebody unalived him before he got there. But he still signed a major deal. You know what I'm saying? One of the first ones to sign a major deal with Atlantic Records. See what I'm saying? So when y'all talk about bounce and don't acknowledge who he is, watch what God about to do. The world about to know about that one. Watch what God about to do. And I notice when I talk about my brother, it's still a lot of jealousy and animosity. It's still. Peaches is tied to my brother. My brother had the coldest eye rock, and he won in a car show at the Superdome. My brother was that dude. But they still have a lot of y'all dudes out there that still got jealousy in your heart for that dude. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how he had the teenager club. Unlike, do we have any teenager clubs going on right now? Do we have any teenager clubs that's going on right now? For all the people that have money that's setting the stage in New Orleans, do we have any teenager clubs where the young girls and young boys could go on Fridays and Saturdays? Do we have that right now as I'm speaking? I'm gonna wait. But y'all don't want to acknowledge him for who he was. Every time y'all talk about bounce, y'all don't want to be real. I remember when Master P first started, when he was driving the Lexus truck across the river. He went to somebody party that I went to the party, and he helped me out and picked me up and brought me inside the party. See what I'm saying? Master P started out doing his thing, but Master P, y'all don't remember, he was in California. I forgot what part of California he was in, and then he came back to New Orleans. See what I'm saying? But Warren Mays was doing his thing way before that. I remember Baby too, when they said from the 99 to the 2000, Warren Mays song came out in 81. No, in 89. And y'all forgot when they had the Get a Girl ponytails, when he had the coolest cars in the city, the Cadillacs, the Lincoln, the Seville. Oh, wow, I forgot. If you know, you know. But I see the hate. I see the hate. I see the real. He dead. I mean, I didn't know if I was supposed to say that. I mean, he unalive, but he's still alive with his 20-some children still here. How about that? How about that? When we expire on this earth, the legacy still lives on. How about that? And y'all be around here talking about y'all ain't never gave my mama her flowers. I see y'all gave Miss Linda her flowers for Soldier Slim. Y'all gave everybody else their flowers. Y'all ain't never gave my mama her flowers. My mama's still alive. That's still her son. Y'all ain't never gave her flowers, but guess what? The flowers that she gonna get, y'all ain't got to give them to her, but she gonna get them before she leave this earth. How about that? How about that? Right string, wrong yo-yo. The maid's been popping. How about that? Way before. How about that? How about that? Coming from downtown to uptown. How about that? It's sad to say when people pass away, y'all have the tendency, y'all talk about them for a minute, but at the end of the day, y'all act like y'all forget about them. Y'all could have been laying in y'all grave too. Y'all just dodged the bullet. MC Thick, what the fellas be yelling? Marrero, Gregory D, Tucker, where they at, where they at? It's a lot of them. Y'all talking about history. Y'all talking about why y'all ain't never gave a throwback concert for all the ones who's not here. That's what I'm saying. How about that? How about that? And you know what? I had on my Adidas the other day and I took a picture and I said throwback. I got less views. You know what? You know why? Because y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all don't know. Y'all missed the message. Y'all don't know why I said throwback Thursday and I had the Adidas on. Y'all missed that. Y'all missed it. It wasn't about me showing my call for again. Y'all already saw the call. Y'all missed the message. How about that? How about that? Y'all even missed the song, Run DMC. My Adidas. Y'all missed it. Come on, man. Y'all be missing stuff. It be right there in y'all face. How about that? It's bigger than it. But guess what? This sister right here, he ain't never gonna be gone. That's flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood. He might be forgot about with y'all. He ain't even forgot about, because when you go to parties, you go to clubs, you go to weddings and all that. Get it, girl. How about that? So y'all keep on. And that's why some of y'all still at a standstill. Y'all can't move. I done been on a lot of people podcasts that keep it real. You know what I'm saying? And be real with it. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them, they still be slick side throwing shade. If you know, you know. And I ain't even bragging. And when they go to talking about certain stuff, my grandma, before I even knew anybody wearing diamonds, I had 3 diamonds in my mouth, a 10 perm, a 9 perm. I had 3 diamonds in my mouth. And at the end of the day, the first person I ever knew, they had diamonds and rubies and all that in their mouth, was my grandma. How about that? So what's your definition of stunting? Because me, stunting can mean you got it, or you're stunting like you got it and you ain't got it. I'll wait. So what's your definition of stunting? Because guess what? Y'all might feel some kind of way, because at the end of the day, I remember when Warren Mills had the big old piece, the butterfly medallions and all that, wearing the all-stars and going from up downtown to uptown and all that, when he was getting money. But y'all, you know what y'all do? Y'all ride the wave for what y'all can see right now. How about that? Y'all ride the wave. Do y'all history. Y'all ride the wave for what y'all can see right now. But that's a legend that was on his way. That was a legend, was on his way. And he had all his orders lined up, all that too. He had a lot of them. But he didn't get a chance because he got unalive. And then once he got unalive, then from the 1999 to the 2000, don't let that go over y'all head. I'm just saying. He had well over, 20, 30 artists. Come on now. Come on now. And y'all ain't respecting that. Come on now. Honor. His sister gonna honor. And my mom gonna sit right in the front. And I'm gonna give her flowers. How about that? What y'all waiting for? Something happened to my mama saying, oh yeah, let's give her flowers and all that. Nah. My mom gonna get her flowers while she's still alive. Y'all do it for everybody else. How about that? How you think she feel? Y'all show love to everybody. Yeah, a lot of other people, but y'all don't show love to her child. It ain't walk up there and gave her and say a standing ovation is for your son, because he paid the way. He paid the way. If y'all want to talk, let's talk about the good he did. Talk about the good he did. Talk about all the kids he gave money to. Talk about how he was getting mopeds for the kids, and talk about all the good he did. And y'all want to talk about what people did. Did y'all ever have a teenager club? Because I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Did y'all ever have a teenager club? Or did y'all ever do anything recreational? I mean, y'all know what word I'm trying to say. Did y'all do anything for the youth? Do y'all have a gym where they can go and y'all gonna interact with him? Because he was on hands with them. I'm waiting. Because if he was still here, he'll still have the teenager club. He had his flaws. He wasn't perfect. But he loved it, the kids. I'm still waiting for a response. Can anybody tell me who got a teenager club for the kids on a Friday and a Saturday so they can have something to do? And he had security. NOPD was in effect. Okay, I'll wait. So where our young boys and young girls where their mama could dress them up. They dress nice, and they go into a teenager little club, and they safe. Their mama and daddy come and pick them up at a certain hour, but they had a nice time because they had somewhere to go. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. And I got other ideas, but I can't say them on here because somebody gonna take it and run with it. See what I'm saying? It's things that I want to do. But y'all hate so much on each other in our own. The hate is real in our own city. We got outside people, all us from New Orleans, that gave them content. Because on every platform, they talking about us from New Orleans. OG Murder, they talking about terrorists. They're talking about all of us from New Orleans. They're talking about us. They making money off of our life story, and we can't even get along in our own city. Got to be more careful. It's sad when y'all can't come together. It's sad to know that I'm a female comedian, and we got all these males that's comedian, and in their mind, I'm not even good enough to be in their show or on this show. Wow. But I did 2 shows with Cat Williams. Even though we went through our little differences, I did something with a big old celebrity. And y'all didn't. But I ain't good enough for y'all. That's good. Because what's for me is for me. Y'all can't even get along. How about that? Y'all put up a facade. Y'all backdoor and talk about one another. It's sad. We can make content for everybody else, but we can't help one another in the same city. And let me tell y'all this. We got more men that hate on women worse than women. The men is jealous of the women. Yeah, I said that. You would expect it to be a lot of women, but it's a lot of men too. Because I remember me. See, when some people say I started from the bottom, now I'm here. I remember years and years and years ago, and then months and months and months, and I was asking y'all, can somebody help me do this? Can somebody help me do this? Can somebody? I had to go way to ATL to get help, and it's sad. I had to go way to ATL to get my YouTube account set up, and it's sad. It's sad when we got talent here in New Orleans. But you know what the man upstairs said? Some people, you just got to leave them behind. And you know what y'all will say? When I get to where I'm going, because, I'm going somewhere. She don't do nothing for the city. But I'm not that girl. I'm not that girl. I never forget where I come from. But in this time, in this era, I never forget the people who was there for me. He don't want you to help everybody. I want you to help everybody. When you got a city that overlook you because whatever reason, I didn't ask people, let's do a video. I pay you. Let's do this. And I'd be like, well, damn. Oh, I guess, well, nobody want to work with her. Nobody want to work with her. Wow, really? You ain't got to work with me because I got a man that say, I never leave you nor the forsaken you. That's why y'all life at a standstill. Y'all want more. Y'all feel like y'all deserve more. I'm talking to somebody, but you ain't getting more. You're only getting enough. Because God allowed me to come in a lot of y'all path for a reason. Just to see how y'all was going to treat me. And y'all failed the test. And when people ask y'all a question about me, you know what? Y'all change the subject. But let me tell y'all, somebody asked OG Murder about me. And OG Murder could have said, don't mess with her. She's shady. Or don't deal with her. But you know what he said? If you're going to mess with her, make sure you treat her right and make sure you take care of her. That's what I'm saying. So, Murder, I thank you for that. Since everybody think, oh, Murder's such a bad person and this and that and this and that, he could have thrown shade, but he didn't. And I respect him for that. So y'all that always talking about a person and looking at a person, bad person, they so bad and they drag for this one and drag for that one for whatever reason, however how he feel about other people. I'm not one of them. When he could have said, don't even deal with that right there. He kept it up. He kept it 100 with me. And all I have to say is, I thank you for that. I thank you for that. But it's sad to say that your own people where you from is the ones you get the least help because they weren't about you having a nickel more than them. And God is still rising me up in front of y'all face. He is. He gonna continue to do that. Because I'm not the person that y'all portray me to be. I'm a loving, caring. I'm a beautiful person on the inside and the outside. But since they got people on the outside portray, oh, she this and that, or she used to be, just lies to build their own ego. Half of the people that talk about me don't even know me. They going off of what somebody else said. But have you ever sit down and thought and said, well, damn, all these people that she talk about, just go read the comments. And the good outweigh the bad. Don't let that go over your head. Right spring, wrong yo-yo. How about that? So we're going to have all these saying this, but we got the majority of them saying this. See, when I speak on certain things, like they be saying they got receipts, like Keith be saying he got receipts. My receipts are humans, and they could justify for me. They could come up here and say exactly everything that I say, and they'll tell you, ain't no lies being told. See what I'm saying? But at the same time, we got the naysayers. We got the ones, oh, I know I didn't have people to lie in my face and say I did something that I did not do. And I'm saying, you're a lie. That ain't never happened. Well, I thought, no, ain't no thought. I'm telling you out my mouth, your thoughts is a lie. See what I'm saying? So they got people that are habitual liars. They got people that will literally just lie for no apparent reason. Lying on a person is a sickness. And it's a disease. And we got people like that. We got people that go in court and they say, you promise to tell the truth, so help you God. And they straight up just lie. Just lie. So a lot of y'all need to get y'all house in order. Because when y'all think nobody sees y'all, nobody hears y'all, that man upstairs, he real. He real. So when you think you got away with what you did to your wife or your husband or your children, your grandchildren, or you lied on somebody and told that lie, he heard you. Don't never think you're alone, because you're not. You're not. When you're doing wrong, he right there. When you're doing right, he's still right there. When you fall short, he pick you back up. 7 times 7. He forgive you 7 times 7. But it'd be one of them times where he'd be like, you're on your own now. You done told me you wasn't going to do it too many times and you went back on your word. Now I got to chastise you. And I thank God for him chastising me. So I don't fall victim to doing the things that I used to do. He protect me. He cover me. He cover my children. And a lot of y'all be wondering, well, all this always happening and this and happening, this and that. My children are covered by the blood. I pray for my children. I pray for grace and mercy. I pray that he protect my grandchildren. I pray for the people that love me. I pray for the people that don't love me. Because he said, forgive them because they know not what they do. And a lot of people do stuff to y'all and they don't even know what they done did to themselves. They done curse their own life or curse their own children. Don't fight fire with fire. Get on your knees or go in that war room and pray about it and give it to God and give them to God instead of fighting your own battles. And all the battles I had to fight, Victory is mine. No weapon formed against me shall prosper, and every tongue that rises up against me gonna be condemned. Y'all got to know who you are and whose you are. Let me say that again for the people in the back. You got to know who you are and whose you are. I know who I am and I know who I am and whose I am. I'm his, the Alpha and Omega. I'm his. I'm his. And when I fall down, I get right back up. In my good, I'll wear my bad. I ain't perfect, but I ain't doing none of the stuff that I used to do. And he said, my grace and mercy are sufficient enough for you. How about that? Get your house in order. Get your life in order. That house you want, that car you want, that business you want, get your life in order. Seek him first. Seek him first. Just get your heart in the right place. Get your mind in the right place. All that other toxic, negative stuff they call you with all that. My phone barely ring. I could tell you how many times my phone ring a day. A lot of people don't go in. People don't even come to my house because I don't want negative spirits at my house. So when they be like, "Oh, you stay too far," you know what God be saying? Ain't that you stay too far? You already say you don't want them negative spirits at your house, and He don't let them enter. So y'all got to get right with Him. Once you get right with Him, the desires of your heart, immaterial stuff and all that, you could get that. That ain't nothing. It's just stuff. Don't focus on that. Focus on getting your heart right, your life right. Focus on getting your peace, your strength, your joy. Because you can have stuff with no peace and no joy and no happiness. And if you have somebody around you, you don't trust them, you don't need to be around them. And if you're in a relationship, if you ain't got no trust, no understanding, no communication, you don't need to be with them. Because if a person don't trust me, I don't want to be with them. If a person feels the need that they can't trust you, why you with them? Because you're damn if you do and you're damn if you don't. And if somebody don't trust you, don't be with them. I'm just being real. If they don't trust you and you don't trust them, y'all don't need to be together. And it's plain and simple. And at the end of the day, only what you do for Christ gonna last. And don't love nobody more than you love Jehovah. I don't care who it is, man, woman, children, whatever it is, cat, dog, nobody come before him. You gotta see, he say, seek him first, and all is righteous. So when y'all on the outside looking at me, looking at my life, it's because I'm living right. I ain't out there trying to hurt nobody, mistreat nobody. Even when people try to hurt me, I'd be like, you know what? Some stuff I just laugh off, and they be so angry. The devil don't like that. The enemy don't like that. I'd be like, girl, whatever. And then they get mad. I don't know if y'all ever saw a spirit. I saw a spirit before. When a person's eyes be like an evil spirit, I saw that before. When you do evil stuff, like when I ran behind somebody and stood over them, it was like a spirit took over me and I couldn't stop. And I don't ever want to do that ever again in my life. I don't want to hurt nobody, but I ain't going to let nobody hurt me. So whatever you're going through in your life and you feel like giving up or you feel like you ain't got nobody there, that's not true. You got somebody that love you, that say, I'll never leave you nor forsake you. All you got to do is talk to them. All you got to do is talk to them. Just take your ride and talk to them or go in the bathroom and talk to them. And I'm not here to judge nobody or push no religion on you or whatever. I'm just telling you through experience. He left me here to be a vessel for somebody, to touch somebody, to let somebody know that he is real. When I was in a coma, all I remember is seeing a white cloud. I don't remember suffering. I don't remember nothing. And when they told me I was paralyzed, I was like, okay, it really didn't dawn on me. What really affected me is when I realized that I couldn't do the things that I was used to doing, being independent. That's what affected me, knowing I had little babies. And then as years went on, then it took years for me to build up that strength and to get over this situation. It took years and years and years. At one time, I never talked about this. It took years. And once the book come out and everything is out in the opening, then I could just breathe. Not everything out in the opening. It's a book. It's a movie. It's my life. Because it's a lot of things that y'all really don't know. Even when y'all passing judgment on me, y'all judging me, but y'all really don't know the half. And some of y'all really don't care, but y'all listening. But at the end of the day, my book, the title of my book is For No One But Self. And the reason why I titled my book Fault No One But Self is because a lot of us have the tendency to point the finger at other people and say, oh, it's her fault, it's his fault, and she did this, and what you did. When you won't take accountability, I take accountability. I feel like if I would have got out of the abusive marriage, I probably wouldn't have wind up in a wheelchair. But I want to be with him. I loved him. And I was trying to change my life. Not trying, I changed my life. I didn't want no more men that was out there hustling. And why I'm trying to change my life, the life I'm trying to run from is the life he was running to. But I didn't see it. And the only way Jehovah would get me out of that situation, even though it was a bad thing, is when I got shot. That's when the marriage was over. That's when he divorced me. If I wouldn't have never, that wouldn't have never happened to me, I still probably would have been playing with him, knowing I was still married to him. He would have still been playing with me, her. It would have been like he messing with her, he messing with me. You know what I'm saying? And it probably would have eventually wound up bad, which it did. See what I'm saying? But at the same time, I titled my book Fault No One But Self, because to know better is to do better. So if you know better, do better. Don't trade places with what I've been through. If you know you're in a toxic marriage or relationship, and it's not worth even being in a toxic marriage or relationship, if you see it's not getting no better, don't be afraid to walk out and say, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. Walk away and just be like, you know what? My sanity, my peace, my joy mean everything to me. A lot of people in relationships and marriage, they holding on because of stability. Oh, I'm gonna stay with him because he making the money, he pay all the bills and this. A lot of people in marriage and relationship because they scared to walk away. Because they feel like I built this foundation, we built this together, we built this house together, we did all this together, but it's just a house. And just like Jehovah gave you that one, it's another one. You know how many people then walked away from stuff, and when they walked away, he had something much better and something much bigger. You know what I'm saying? If you can walk away from something that's causing you pain, if you can walk away and believe and trust and have faith, much faith as a mustard seed, to know that Jehovah gonna see you through. A lot of people then walked away. A lot of people then lost everything and started all over, and they got more than what they had, what they left behind. Some things you just gotta, if they don't, just leave that behind. It's just stuff. Take your necessities, take the things that you really want. But if you ain't got no peace in that house and no joy, no happiness, just walk away. Why stay in a toxic relationship or a marriage? Because of stability. I ain't going nowhere. He ain't going to take care of nobody else. And I didn't work hard, and I didn't been in this marriage 20, 30, 40 years. There's so many people that then died in marriages because they didn't want to leave because they were scared to step out on faith. They were scared to step out. I'm not scared to take a chance. You got to be willing to step out and know that it's going to be all right. Like me, I never gave up. You know, it was times where I know, I was asking people to help me with, my YouTube channel and this and that, but I kept on and I kept on. And I told y'all one day, I said, one day God going to send somebody and I'm going to have my own YouTube channel. Did I not say that? Did I not say that? And it didn't come in my time. It came in his time. And whenever I start making little currents or whatever, I'm gonna dot my I's and cross my T's. I'm gonna report it, and I'm gonna do everything that I need to do. I want to build me a house that's fit for me. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to, I like dressing and stuff like that. I like, I want to go around the world talking to the youth, talking to the young girls and boys and stuff like that. You know, that's what I used to do. And that's what I'm gonna continue to do. And I'm not gonna let nobody stop that. You got the people that love me and the people that don't love me, but my good outweighs my bad. If I touch one person, I did a lot. But I'm never gonna tell my story without putting Jehovah in it, because that's who saved me. That's who left me here. That's who left me here. And if I could tell a story and I could say stuff about what happened to me and not use him, I'm not gonna talk about it. Nobody can tell me. If they say, well, you can say certain things, but don't talk about religion, well, I won't be talking about nothing, because that's a part of my life. I got to tell who the Alpha and Omega. I got to tell who saved me. I got to tell who left me here with one in my chest from my back. It wouldn't be right. So every time I tell my story, I got to acknowledge who he is, because he's been good to me, and he's still good to me. And he's good to a lot of us, and a lot of us are so ungrateful. A lot of y'all is so ungrateful. A lot of y'all blessed in a lot of ways, and y'all still not enough. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all got to be more careful. Y'all gotta stop being grateful. Hey, Kawana, y'all gotta start being grateful. I'm not perfect, and none of us will never be perfect. But just get on the right track. Stop listening to people that don't have your best interest. Stop listening to people, excuse me, people that don't want to see you make it. A lot of people you tell your business to, they listening, but they ain't helping. They don't care. They don't care about what's going on with you. They don't care if you crash out. They listening. And they got people like that. They got family members like that. They got family members that say they love their family, but they don't care. They got family members that's real blood, cousins and aunties, uncles, sisters, and brothers that don't even show up for their family member funeral. And it's sad. It's so sad. But let me tell y'all this, and I'm going to close with this. In spite of whatever I go through with my children, I have 4 children, 4 beautiful children. I would never give up on them. I would never give up on my children. And the only reason why I say that, because God never gave up on me. The enemy can't get to me the way he wants to. So he used my children. And that's what he do. He gonna go after the weakest link. See what I'm saying? I ain't gonna never say my children don't love me. But my children are still young adults that's finding their way. And when your children and my children start having children, then they're going to see the cycle. They're going to see the things that they done to us, are doing to us, already done to them. So they got to go through everything our kids do to us. They're going to get that back. But I ain't going to never give up on them. And like when I see my little grandson and he be going through stuff and this and that, I say, you're going to be all right. Y'all got to know how to deal with children, and talk to children. And they might say, oh, I might be a little lenient or whatever. No, I know what it's like to want love. You know what I'm saying? And I know what it's like to want love from certain people. You can get love from everybody else and you spoil you with everything. But you want that love, that mother love, that father love. I know what it's like. So you got to get around people that can relate and know what it's like to be neglected from people that they want to be around. See what I'm saying? So when I talk to my oldest grandson, I be like, you're going to be all right. And I constantly pray for him, because prayers do work. And I ask God to cover him, ask God to protect him. Because at the end of the day, he said, forgive them because they know not what they do. And just because you 16, 17, 18, 19, just because you up in age don't mean you know everything. They got people that's 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and still don't know jack. Age is just a number. That don't mean you know everything. I don't know everything. They got people that learn stuff every day. They got people that then died not knowing something. You will never know everything. When you expire on this earth, you're going to expire not knowing everything. Because some of y'all got children that y'all put your hand on the chopping board saying, no, my child ain't never, wow. Don't be surprised if your fingers get chopped off because you don't know everything. You assume, we go off assumptions. I assume that I know when we don't know. We don't know everything. So stop believing in your mind that you know everything that's going on with your son or your daughter. You didn't even know your daughter was out there sleeping around and she wound up getting pregnant. You didn't even know your son was out there sleeping around and he wound up pregnant somebody's daughter. You know what I'm saying? When you thought they was at school or you thought she was at school or thought he was at school. So don't say you know everything because we don't. And don't say you're perfect because you're not. We are far from being perfect. So with that being said, I love y'all. I come on here again tomorrow. And I put up there what the topic's going to be tomorrow because there's some things that I really need to talk about. Like for as, you know, the topic tomorrow is I'm going to be talking about HIV. So, and so if you know somebody that's battling with HIV or somebody going through something and going through something with HIV, just I'm gonna put it up there and just share it and tell them to tune in tomorrow because it's gonna be hot. So I love y'all. Y'all be blessed. Y'all have a blessed Friday. And I used to be playing the music, but I like playing the music, and I might even play the music tonight again. But if I play the music on TikTok, can y'all just like and share the live? If I play the music on Instagram, can y'all just like and share the live? See what I'm saying? So I love y'all. With that being said, y'all be blessed. I am Ann Mays. If y'all haven't subscribed, subscribe to my channel. And we got more to talk about. Y'all be blessed. I love y'all.